we have had, it feels like a week's worth of issues today. So let me just look at this real quick. How many phone calls I have made today and yesterday. So,
yeah. Battery's been replaced, actually. I replaced it myself.
Oh, really?
And if you ever get the chance, don't ever do it.
That's a problem to me.
Okay, sorry, it kind of threw us off that you had to replace the battery there, because that was one thing we were gonna see if you could get it replaced because of the us sending it on a truck and stuff. But if you had it replaced,
we got a call from the guy shipping the car earlier today, who pretty much told us that he's a little behind on what he told us earlier, which is that it would be here tomorrow. Hello everyone. So we are currently in negotiations for an Aston Martin, and I wanted to start documenting this for Patrick and myself because, I don't know, it's just really cool. So we have an N420 on basically lock at this point. He's gonna have to confirm some details, get a PPI, and then I think it's ours, right? So I think that's how close we are on this. But just woke up, going to talk to Patrick about, how we want to respond, make sure we get everything, on the up and up, and we're all on the same page. And then, yeah, that's kind of that. I mean, we are probably going to be getting this car this week. That's what my prediction would be. So very excited, very awesome, and I can't wait. I'm ready to go pick it up. I'm ready to go get the car and drive it back probably. I don't know, maybe. And yeah, let's do it. So I figured I'd go ahead and show you this Aston that we're looking at. So it's a 2011 V8 Vantage, and it's an N420 edition, right, which is awesome. Coupe listed at 55. We've currently got it down to 53. Not too much off, but it's a really solid car, so we're okay with that. Here are the photos. We've got exterior photos, stunning silver gray there. We've got beautiful seats. I mean, the seats have like no side bolster damage, so we're gonna have to be really careful with that. And it's just stunning. Beautiful, perfect condition. Not seeing any rust in the engine bay anywhere. What's more is it has the Bang Olufsen Sound System, red brake calipers, sports pack, 10-spoke graphite wheels, and 13,700 miles. So super low mileage, which I'm very excited about. I think getting a low mileage car is going to be good for us. That way we can feel like we can drive it a bit more and not kill the value in the car. So that's awesome there. And yeah, it's currently in Frisco, Texas, and we're in negotiations for it. I mean, like, we were talking to the guy right here. And right here it is. So awesome stuff. I think we're going to try to use the Car Guru's purchase process system, and we're going to see what that's like. Probably maybe even do a review on it, but yeah, overall, really cool stuff. So, a little update. While we were out at lunch, we actually got a message from the guy with the N420 saying he was talking to someone else at noon. His time was about an hour before noon our time. And he said that basically he's talking to someone else, right? And that person had looked at the car on Sunday, this previous Sunday. It's currently Tuesday, or Wednesday, and that they were interested after having test driven a few more, that he was going to talk to them and see if they could, kind of get something else. Basically, we are in it at 53. We don't want to go higher than that. He's probably going to see if they'll go higher than that. And if they will, obviously, he'll go with them. Otherwise, I think we probably got this car. We just got to get PPI'd, and then we're good. We've looked at shipping while we were, kind of talking this morning. We looked at shipping prices. We looked at insurance. We're good on both of those fronts. Those look great. Insurance is under $200 a month, and shipping is under like $1,200 for an enclosed shipping from where they're at in Texas to Florida. We've also got some friends in that area that we could probably stay with. So overall, incredible. Cannot wait to hopefully get this car and go look at it. They actually just messaged me while I'm recording this, so let's see what they said. Read the message on the computer. Okay, he called and said he still has one more to look at and wanted to see if he could meet the price. So I'm going to go ahead with your offer and move forward. I want to point something out. I'm sitting here, entity, for Grand Destinations. That's what I do, I promise. But I'm also watching Shmee talk about Aston Martins. I mean, that's a DB11, but he's comparing it to his Vantage GT8, which is a completely different car than this. I can't speak. I'm
so excited. Even Rover's excited. I got that message. I was literally recording a clip for this vlog, and I got that message, and I was like, well, let's see what he said. Let's see what he said. And he said that. Dude, we have a car. We have to get it PPI, but we have a car.
Okay. He called and said he still has one more to look at and wanted to see if I could meet him on the price. I'm going to go ahead and go with the offer and approve it.
We got it! Dude, we got it!
Why are you not jumping up and down?
I'm jumping up and down. Rover's jumping up and down. Okay, so there's the message. There's the message where he accepted it. There's the message where we're asking about the PPI. Everyone, I think we have. I think this is it. This is the last thing. The PPI. This is the last thing, and it's locked up. It's locked up. What?
Shipping.
Well, shipping, but shipping's easy. Shipping's easy. Yes. All right, so we pretty much got the car. The price is agreed upon. He said he's willing to take it to a PPI, so that's not a big deal. We got to find a shop, so I'm going to go work on. We did just buy a Carfax though. We wanted to wait until we had made sure we had gotten it before purchasing a Carfax. And the first owner didn't have any really service history on it, but the second owner has a decent amount, has kind of kept up on it. Nothing crazy. There is going to be some probably deferred maintenance that we're guessing we're going to have to catch up on. It might not even come in the PPI because it's only got 13,000 miles on it, right? That's the only reason it's going to need to be done is time and just precautionary because we're going to be driving it a decent amount. So we're probably going to go ahead and do some catch-up maintenance when we get it. That might not necessarily be required by mileage, but probably should just be done by time. So we're going to go ahead and do that when we get it. But other than that, this car is stellar and absolutely stunning. And truthfully, I cannot wait to get it. We're probably going to get PPI tomorrow, if not Friday at the latest, and then rock and roll from there. So I'm going to go in, find a shop in Frisco, Texas, and go from there. All right. So I've got some questions. I don't know if you've got any questions for me. I'm happy to answer those as well. But first and foremost, the PPI, is that good for you tomorrow at 8 a.m. at that shop?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with them to confirm it. So yeah, they're all set.
Awesome.
I'm gonna add it on the books and I'll drop it off. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, they sent me a link about 20 minutes ago, maybe right after you called, something like that, to go ahead and get it paid up. So that's good too. So we'll do that today. So as far as the keys go, the crystal sapphire keys, is that coming with both of those keys, or you just?
Yeah, well, I only have one, the glass key, and then the other one's a valet key. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And then one thing we looked into that Car Guru's pay thing, and unfortunately it seems like if the car has a lien on it, that you can't use Car Guru's pay. Yeah, so we were wondering, if you have it in like at a local credit union or a bank around you, or we could just fly there and here we can go. If it's at a local credit union, they'll let you write the check to the credit union and then send us the title, for example. Hey, I don't know where's the loan at, if you don't mind me asking.
The loan is at USAA.
Okay.
So I can give them a call today and see what kind of arrangement I can make with them.
Yeah.
And work it that way and see what the options are.
Okay. Yeah. That'd be great if you could do that. That way we can figure that out, just so we can, if we could pay them directly and then have the, for whatever the loan is, payoff is,
sure,
and then pay you the rest of it, that would work for us.
Okay.
So, and then as far as, the PPI, you seem pretty confident, I think, in the PPI coming back clean. We're pretty confident. It's a low mileage car and it looks pretty clean from what we've seen. So we're actually, if it would be okay with you, probably would just, go ahead, do everything, and then just have the truck come pick it up without us even coming out there, with everything going on. So.
Sure. Yeah, we can arrange that. That's not an issue.
All right. And, yeah, obviously we would take care of shipping and everything like that. So, let me see what else. What?
Escrow.
Oh, yeah. So if, USAA won't allow us to pay them directly or whatever, to make that happen as easy as possible, there is escrow.com. I don't know if you've ever heard of that service, but it's basically like a, just kind of an escrow service there that would allow, and they handle even the loan payoff and everything if we need them to. So that's an option. That's like $500, and maybe, we could split that, 50-50 or something like that. But overall, I think that's kind of the last resort if we can't go the lien holder directly.
Yeah, USA is pretty flexible. I've worked for them, I've been with them for 20 some years when I got military. So they're pretty flexible in how they work stuff. So I'll see what options they have. You can probably work directly with them. I would imagine.
Sounds good. And I guess my only question that I have left is like, why are you selling? I'm just curious. Like,
I've had it for a little over 3 years now. Just moving on to the next thing. I actually had an order on a Corvette. I just canceled it. They're taking so long to deliver now because of the plant shutdown and stuff. So I'm going to go look for something new. But yeah, I keep them for 2 or 3 years. It's just my weekend kind of toy car. So, but beautiful car. I love them. I'd like to get a brand new one at some point. But yeah, just moving on.
Awesome. Sounds good. I think that's everything I have. If you got any questions for me?
So you guys are a broker type of you
no
partnership or something like that?
Yeah. So what it is, we run a YouTube channel, and we so we're gonna get this car, and like we're filming this entire purchase process and everything, and then so there'll be a video on that, and then when we get the car, we're gonna video the delivery and then do videos of the car, and we post all that to YouTube. And so that's what we do. It's kind of like a little business. We run a media company, and this is kind of like a side thing that we do as a part of that. But yeah.
Okay. I sent you the video this morning. I don't know if you got it or not, of the starting the car up and everything, and so you should have that in your inbox there.
Okay, cool. I haven't had a chance to check it yet.
Yeah. So other than that, no. I mean, it's a great car. It's the color of it's great. It took a long time for me to search to find that one. That tungsten silver. There's no ton of those out there. But whoever gets it will be happy with it, I'm sure.
Yep.
So.
Well, it'll be with us for a while, so I'll be sure to send you the videos when they come up as well and everything. So,
take a look at it.
All right, thanks, Mitch. I think we're good, and yeah, we'll get that PPI paid up right now. I'm about home, and I'll pay that as soon as I get there, and then we'll be good.
All right, sounds good. And we'll talk probably tomorrow after it gets done, after I get the car stuff, and they get done with it. I'm sure they'll send you something if there's anything. When I pick it up that they tell me about, I'll let you know. All
right.
Hear about it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And just email me with any information from USAA, and we'll be good to go.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
I'll do that. Yeah, give me a shout this afternoon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Cool.
So I wanted to talk here for a minute. We've been looking at this car for a while now, and it's currently in its inspection, and it should be done really any minute. It just kind of hit me what we were doing and what we were actually buying and accomplishing. And this is a car that I've been thinking about and dreaming about and staring at and looking at for years. And it just kind of hit me that like this is actually happening. Like this is real. And it's like, damn. I mean, without getting too sentimental, less than 2 years ago, like I was out. Like I was out of money. I was out of ideas. I was out. Both Nick and I were in this position. Like, it's just really crazy how much can happen in a couple of years. Like we went from barely making $400 a month per person to making well over $40,000 a month. And I don't know, like it's just, I think like in the moment, you forget to honestly look back and actually realize like everything you've done. Like, it's so much more than a car. It's almost like the effect of the cause, if that makes sense. Like, the car is cool. I'm excited for the car. But everything the car represents, everything we've done in the past few years, I think that's what makes this special. It's not the car itself. I mean, the car itself is cool, don't get me wrong, but there are cooler cars. There are even faster cars in this price range. I mean, much faster cars. But it's not about that. You know, like looking back, 2017, like I had no money. We were selling real estate, and it's when we decided to start the automotive channel. And you know, at the time, the automotive channel was kind of my escape. It was my dip back into the world of content creation. And it was the escape that we used to get away from the fact that we were bleeding money, and everything around us, you know, on paper, technically, was just falling apart. You know, we were out of money. Our health was awful. I mean, just awful. Like, we didn't really have anything. I mean, like, we had each other. And, you know, like our families didn't necessarily agree with what was going on at the time. You know, they tried to understand, but really I think, you know, at the time they were worried that we had fucked up bad. And we had. I mean, we had to learn a lot of things to get past that point. But, you know, I remember, you know, thinking at the time, like, what is going on anymore? I felt like I had given up everything I had ever wanted. And here we are, 2 years later. You know, 2 years later from selling real estate. It just feels really good to look back and realize that, like, we've actually done it. And like I said, you know, in the moment, like over the past couple of years, you know, we've had our moments where we're like, holy shit, we're doing this. You know, when we moved to Florida, that was a big one. When we bought the D2, that was a fun moment. And when we moved specifically to this house, that was a big life moment. But there's not been too many times I've been able to look back and go, holy shit, look at what we've done. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Money in a bank account is fantastic. But I feel like we have been putting in so much work, so much effort, so much money into investments and everything. Like, it's finally time to take some of that reward. And like I said, the money is great and all, but it doesn't represent really much of anything. It's to me, it's what I call a base level reward. So you have your base level rewards, which is the cash itself, and then all the way up here, you have the highest level rewards, which is the personal fulfillment. And kind of somewhere in the middle is a physical manifestation of material items. It's far from the most important thing, but it's the next step up. Now, I'm in no way suggesting that physical material items are the way to fulfillment. If anything, I kind of believe it trickles down. But through the bankruptcy process and everything, we became so cash heavy. And we're very careful on what we spend our money on. And we always make sure that our investments are automated. And every month, money goes into the investments. Every week, money goes into the investments. Money goes into savings. Money goes into checking accounts. But this is the first time we've ever really bought something that's, you know, that next level. So I'm a little scared. But at the same time, like, I know I'm in a strong position that, you know, the entire car could just disappear and it would be okay.
14,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
So, you know, overall, it had a list. I will actually shoot it over to you, and we can kind of go through it together. Is your email the best way to get it?
Yeah, I got it right here, so.
You got it right there? Okay. But then, you know, in the interior, the hides and all that, for the most part, look pretty good. There's a wear spot, I think, on the seat, and a little scratch on one of the grill covers, which we have pics of so you can see them.
Okay.
The cat's mufflers, all that look good. Sometimes they'll rust a bit, and you know, or they'll be rattling.
because the insides are coming loose, and that can cause concern. But it wasn't the case on this one. So it's looking good in that regard. The parking lot stuff.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that's just on the right side, though.
That's just on the right side. It's on the underside of it.
Okay.
And then you can click that right arrow, take you to the next picture.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like one of the little paint chip, right on the wheel there.
Yeah. Nothing we can really do about that. That's a little.
Yeah. Just touch up kind of thing. Okay, now looking at the headlight, you have the two globes.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's hard to see the lens that goes over it, but if you look right in between the two globes, you kind of see a little scuff mark there.
Yeah, I see that.
On the lens, and it feels like it's possibly in the lens, although it's covered with the anti-scratch shield. So now oil leaks always go up and down. Okay, so this is at the lower point, and like I say, it's got kind of more of the oil. You've got kind of the vapor and the grit that sticks to it, if you will.
Yeah.
You don't see any cribs or anything like that with it. And talking with tech, it's one that what we would do is we'd recommend that, our client would clean the engine and just keep an eye on it if the next service in. Whenever it's in service, it would start us with a baseline and we just check it each time it's in.
Honestly, I think it's clean. The oil seepage does scare me a little, but on the same token, it doesn't. He said he couldn't find any active leaks, so who knows what that could be.
Yeah.
Which is also a downside. Who knows what that could be?
So the thing is, here's my concerns.
Uh-huh.
When we get it, we're gonna have to replace the battery and the tires.
Yeah.
And on a normal car, not too bad. On this car, he flat out said for the battery we're looking at 500 to 750.
Yeah.
Plus tires are easily going to be 2,500.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're kind of already at the top of my spend limit. I'm like,
do we go to him and say, this is where we're at, and
I don't care to do tires.
Mm-hmm.
Replace the battery.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if you got my email or not, or.
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
They called me about an hour ago that the car was done, and of course they can't tell me anything. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So overall, I think the PBI came back. I don't care to send it to you, to be honest. I think it came back pretty good. The one thing that some of the issues they had were deferred maintenance, which would be tires and battery.
Well,
So
they're 9 years old.
yeah.
The battery's been replaced. Actually, I replaced it myself.
Oh, really?
And if you ever get the chance, don't ever do it.
Okay, that's interesting. They
The
said.
battery is behind the passenger seat. You have to take a railing off and everything out. It's a real pain. But yeah, I replaced the battery about a year and a half ago, maybe now.
Oh, interesting. They said it was showing a low charge, but
really?
yeah. But I'll send you that over. So I'm trying to pull it up real quick just to make sure we're all good there. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think we are pretty happy with that. One quick second. Hey, what do you think?
I mean, fuck. That's a problem to me.
Okay, sorry. That kind of threw us off that you had to replace the battery there, because that was one thing we were gonna see if you could get it replaced because of the us sending it on a truck and stuff. But if you had it replaced, that's interesting. I had a Aston Martin V8 Vantage inspected on Friday.
Yeah.
And I had one more question. We're pretty close to a deal on this car, and so I don't know if you remember, but there were some codes in there, some electrical codes. And you guys had said that I think the battery didn't hold charge. I don't have it directly in front of me. We were just curious, how you guys tested that, and if maybe it's possible he didn't drive the car a lot or something like that. We were just trying to figure that out before we kind of move forward.
It was indicative of it was with the scan tool.
Okay, so you guys didn't pull the battery out and check the charge on the battery directly.
No, because the way the battery is in that one, it's about a 2-hour job to pull it.
Would you say it needs a new battery or no? I know you spoke with the owner, and I think he may have replaced it last year. So
Yeah, if he had replaced it last year, I mean, if you were to purchase it, you might want to get that checked. Battery checked. I mean, a battery can't go bad here, or get a trickle charger installed on it and have the battery checked at the same time, because that way they'll be there.
yeah.
Or vice versa, if you get it checked and then install a trickle charger, if it's okay. But yeah, I would do one of the, I would do that
Okay.
if it were me buying it,
So what, you want to move forward?
Yep.
All right, I'll shoot the email.
All right. I wasn't expecting to have it take this long, and we still have to wait for him to get the title, which they said could be about 10 days. And which normally I've seen stuff like that, and it's normally not 10 days.
Yes.
Normally it's like 5. But then we have to take care of all of the shipping. We have to get the car ready to be shipped out here, which in and of itself is going to be an interesting process, because we're going to need to organize with him to get the car loaded up, and then we're going to need to organize where it can be delivered here, because I would love for it to be delivered here, but I don't know if it can be.
The thing that we're still trying to firm in is the date. So I want to, how, like, what are we looking at as far as dates on that goes, and like how flexible is that? Let's say.
So I mean, it could take up. Yeah, so I'm gonna just be straight out with you. So because of the volume of vehicles that are moving all over the place, it could take up to 4 days from the first available date.
So how long? Let's say for whatever reason we get delayed. Maybe we can't do a pickup until the 27th or the 28th of the month. How long is that price kind of locked in? And how would that change things?
As soon as you lock it in with me, with your shipping order form, the price cannot go up 1 penny.
Okay.
It cannot. This rate's not going to change over the next 72 hours. But I will tell you this, just because of the volatility of the industry right now, that the amount of vehicles keeps on increasing week to week, and there has been, and the demand is just insane, the demand. Next week, I'm going to have to re-verify the price to ensure that it hasn't gone up.
Okay.
We've been going back and forth with this whole escrow.com thing. The funds were transferred yesterday, everything cleared. It's in the escrow account today. But now we're having a quick discussion about the title and how we want the title sent. Originally with escrow.com, it's supposed to be sent to them, and then they send us a digital copy, and then we approve the purchase and say everything's correct. Then they release the title to us and release the money to him. But apparently that's not the way we're doing it. So I'm a little confused, but Nick's about to get on the phone with Mitch and work this thing out.
We're fine, but yeah, we're fine with that. As far as the money's hit, it's verified there. So I don't know where you're at on shipping the car, but we are, as far as releasing the car, if you're good to do that, I just put in a message with our auto shipper. He might be at lunch right now, but I'm guessing next week should be able to pick it up. At the latest, it might be the week after that, but I'm hoping next week we can get somebody there and pick it up. And they will contact you to so I'm giving them, I have your address from one of the emails or whatever. Would you want them to pick it up there or somewhere else?
Either that, I don't know how big of a truck it is.
Yeah.
I guess it's like a regular carrier, but if they want me to meet them somewhere, or if it's local, I don't have a problem with them coming by here.
Okay.
It doesn't bother me.
Okay, I can, what they'll do, so I'll tell them that you're okay with getting at your house, but that they can contact you if they want to meet you at a grocery store or something like that near you. That might be easier or whatever. But
yeah, just get a hold of me, because we've got instead of gated community, you still have to get the code to get in and everything. We'll have to let them in. So
okay, yeah.
36, does that sound about right?
Yep, that sounds right where we were at. I think I heard 196 is what I told myself before. So.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, 195.36 is what it's showing.
Okay, and that should be good. All right, so we're good. I will give you a call the day we get the car, maybe the next day depending, and we'll get a policy on it.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thank you, Bill. Bye.
All right, yep, bye.
Okay.
So the Aston's insured.
The Aston's gonna be, yeah, I'm sure. Call him. And we've got it all done. We've got it confirmed. You can have a Tennessee license. We're good. Title it in both our names, and
So we can title it in both our names?
yeah, it has to be titled. As long as both people are on the title. That's the only way you can be an additional driver.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. Yay!
Yay, Rover! We did it! He's got
No car, no purchase.
Fair. That, and I didn't record every phone call we were on today and every single event that happened today with it, but that was a long day. Like, I really didn't expect that the process would be this difficult. And maybe that was just me being young and stupid, never having done this before, but it was a bit of a pain. 9 phone calls today. But I think we're through it. She'll get shipped late this week, early next week. And then we'll have the car, then we'll get the title, the funds will go to him, and then we have the car. Well, then we have to insure it and then do the maintenance that needs to be done, but we'll have the car. And then we need to do the tires. Jesus. Anyway, first thing after we get the car is we're going to title it, insure it, and then fluids. And then the next month, tires. And hopefully that's it.
Yeah.
For a while. It has been one bit of a stressful day today. So the morning started with us not having heard back from the seller of the Aston Martin. So we were a little freaked out because the car shipping company that we're using said that they were ready to pick it up today. That caused a bit of a problem because they also, the last message that we had heard from the shipping company, or the person actually driving the truck, was that he hadn't heard from the seller. So we're sitting there waiting and waiting. Finally we call him, the seller, and there's no answer. So we're like, okay, this is a little weird at this point. Because we had also sent a few emails with the bill of sale and the title disclaimer, whatever it is. We had sent those emails over and still nothing. And we sent those over last night. And then we had also sent another email last night about the shipping company saying that today was the first day that they could pick it up. So nothing. Hadn't heard a thing. Time goes on a little bit. We call him this morning. He doesn't answer. We call him back a little later. He doesn't answer. So then eventually we call the shipping company and we say, look, we've not been able to get a hold of this guy. Have you heard anything? They said, oh yeah, we've arranged everything and we're ready to go. We're ready to pick it up today. Okay. So finally about noon, we get an email. About 12:30, we get an email saying that, from the seller saying that they're good to pick it up tomorrow. So some things aren't making sense at the very second, but I think the car is supposed to be loaded up. We got another email from him about an hour ago saying that they may come pick it up today by 5 p.m. our time, which would be 4 p.m. their time. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. I'm still a little confused, to be honest. But I think the car is either going to be picked up today or tomorrow. On top of that, we had some issues with the escrow.com service that we're using, in which the car is paid for technically by our company's bank account, and it's just counted as an owner distribution in the back end. There's nothing wrong with that, since Nick and I are the only two on it, but they then yesterday decided that they all of a sudden wanted proof of ownership of the company. So we're like, okay, shit. So we sort through all of our papers. We find our company documentation. It wasn't hard to find. It just took a few minutes to sort through all the paperwork. Find the articles of incorporation, send that over to them. It gets automatically approved, like within seconds. So we're like, okay, this is all approved. And then they say the funds haven't verified. The funds have cleared, everything's been removed, everything is ready. It's been taken out of our account, put into their account, but then they wanted to go verify them again. Okay, cool. Finally, we got a hold of them and they said, oh, okay, well, because you had to do this yesterday, they're only gonna do, the payments team is only going to do like one thing a day with your transaction. That's essentially the gist of what they said. So we had to wait until today for them to go through and verify the payments, because yesterday we asked them to remove the title verification. So anyway, finally today, the payments cleared, the payment verified that it cleared roughly 2 hours ago. So payment is verified and car is ready to be shipped. The only thing we're waiting on at this point, on our end, is for the seller to send the title. So he had a lien on the vehicle that needed to be paid off. He went ahead and paid it off so that we could go ahead and get the process moving on our end, because the escrow company we were going to use at first didn't want a lien to be on the car. They would only work with cars that were owned outright. Not a big deal. He paid off the lien and we moved forward, but then the bank originally said it would take up to 10 days for the title to arrive. And then he would have to take that and ship it to us from him after he signed it. I will say this. I thought buying a car at a dealership was a bit overwhelming the first time I did it. At this point, I've realized that buying a car at a dealership is really the easiest thing in comparison to buying a car private party that you've never seen in person, that you can't go pick up, and that you have to use an escrow company to work through. So, my little advice, if you're buying a car private party, take them the cash. Like, good Lord, this has been a bit crazy, but I think everything's good to go. I think we're ready to get the car. He said that the car could arrive as early as tomorrow, which would be really impressive for him to drive 15 hours overnight to drop the car off here. I'm not saying it can't be done. It's just, that's impressive. That's a long drive. But, I'm a little exhausted. I'm enjoying the process in one sense and absolutely hating the process in another sense. But, I mean, like, it's hard to complain. I'm still very excited, but I'm also very just tired of this. I'm ready to just go ahead and get the car and move forward. So anyway, we've not recorded much today. It's been a bit chaotic. It's been a bit stressful. We cleaned the garage out this morning to make a bit more room for the Aston. Currently in the garage right now is the 4 Series that we bought a few months ago and the Range Rover. And then the 4 Series is going to move outside and the Aston's going to move in next to the Range Rover. All right, so it's a few hours later. What time is it, Nick?
Almost 9:49.
Yeah, almost 10. We just threw a birthday party for Coco, for one of our other channels that we're starting up. So we just finished recording for the entire night, and it's been a crazy day. Kind of like I explained earlier, there was issues with the payment verification, there was issues with getting the seller to call us back or email us back. There was issues with trying to get in touch with the shipping company. There was just all sorts of little different issues that came up. But we got a call from the guy shipping the car earlier today, who pretty much told us that he's a little behind on what he told us earlier, which is that it would be here tomorrow, and that it could probably be here either tomorrow night or Sunday morning. It's currently Friday night. And frankly, I am perfectly fine with that because I fully expected the car wouldn't get here until like Wednesday.
We have had, it feels like a week's worth of issues today. So let me just look at this real quick. How many phone calls I have made today and yesterday. So yesterday I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 phone calls yesterday about the car. Today I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 phone calls about the car. Today and yesterday. That is crazy to me. And like Patrick said, buying these cars private party, nobody really talks about that. And you know, our seller had a loan on the car that wasn't paid off. Luckily, now this is one thing that we didn't experience in this process. Our seller had the means to pay the car off just himself without us having to use any of the money that we were sending. So that was helpful. Otherwise, that would delay this process even more. But then finally, I felt like it moved very, very slowly, and then it moved all at once.
Yeah.
So it was like, it took forever to, you know, we got the PPI done like a week ago, over a week ago now, or something like that. Like, yeah, over a week ago, last Thursday, I think the PPI got done. So, you know, we got the PPI done over a week ago, and then he paid the car off on Monday.
And then escrow.com funds were sent like on, I think, Wednesday. And then on Thursday we had that issue, you know, we had an issue with like, we had sent the money from an LLC that wasn't linked to the escrow.com account. And so we had to verify that we owned that LLC. And then finally the funds get verified today, and the car is shipped literally an hour and a half after the funds were verified. That was close. And now the car is on our way. Right now it's on the road in a covered car hauler on the way to Daytona Beach. Whew, what a process. I'm so fucking excited.
So today is the day. The Aston Martin, if you can't tell, gets delivered here very, very shortly, within the next 30 minutes, I think. Ignore the fact that I dressed up for the occasion. I bought this shirt last week when things started getting finalized. Nick bought a bunch of clothes too from Aston Martin. Ignoring the fact that it makes us look like complete douchebags. I love the shirt. It's actually a really cool shirt. But it does make me look like one of those people, so ignore that. Anyway, I just thought it was a cool shirt. Perfect day to wear it. Collection of the Aston Martin. I am so overjoyed right now. The entire process has been pretty difficult in relation to what I expected, but today's the day. The car finally gets here, and as soon as it does, the sad part is we can't really drive it until we get title. I'm still kind of in disbelief. I mean, like, I know it's happening. I know it's on its way here, but it's like I haven't seen the car yet. It's like it's not real in that sense. Like my mind knows something amazing is happening today. It's just I don't know like how to process it.
It's the morning. It's happening today in like what should be like 10-15 minutes. Our Aston Martin V8 Vantage gets here. I don't know, it's crazy. It's happening. I feel like Patrick and I have worked so long to be able to get to us, a supercar, and it's happened. It's coming. It's gonna be delivered, probably like right out there. And I don't know, I'm shook. I have so many emotions, it's almost hard to articulate them. I can't apparently even articulate this all this morning, but I'm pumped. And it's like, it's surreal to me, and I don't know, it's just gonna feel so crazy when I see an Aston Martin coming off a trunk in our front yard. All right, the emotional control unit has been acquired, and yeah, we are now good to go. I think we have the key, we paid the delivery driver, and the car is sitting in our driveway.
So I'm sat here in the Aston Martin. Right now there's just the valet key in it. I had never seen this before. That is beautiful. How do I turn this down? It's got the pin, which is actually a really nice touch. I thought we were gonna have to buy that. And then it's tiny little glove box. Which doesn't fit the owner's manual. Weren't kidding. This is awful.
That's what he thinks about the entire car. It's horrible.
What is this?
He's talking about the navigation system. It does look like it's straight out of 2002 DOS.
Okay, we're gonna turn you off.
What was that?
You want to take it around the block?
I do want to take it around the block. Look at these Bang Olufsen Sound System, by the way.
And
Gives you a vibration.
nice little, look,
Oh, it's got the adapter there. That's cool.
I've lost my seatbelt.
All right, I've got to put my seatbelt on and then I'll pick this video back up.
All right, I have never driven this. Well, I've driven it once, so reverse. That's obnoxious. Handbrake up, down, reverse. It's an odd sound it makes. Like the when you go into reverse, as if it's like Dolores backing up her Oldsmobile.
You're clear, our street.
God, it's got a big nose.
Well, technically, aren't we mid-engine in this thing? Like, there's so little room behind us. How is it on gas, by the way? Oh, it's got plenty. Cool.
You can tell it's definitely a semi-automatic transmission. Okay. So I am still going to make a separate video, like a first drive in the Aston, because we're not really able to take it on a spirited drive. And I'm so afraid of scraping the nose. They weren't kidding. It shifts like an old... Oh, but if you let off, it really does.
Yeah, so I think that's the key. You gotta let off whenever you're shifting.
I don't have my wallet, so... If I get pulled over, that's gonna be fun. It's fast, in case you were wondering. I mean, it's not like blow your mind fast. Also, I love how our next car goal was the Gallardo, and there was a Gallardo in the, oh, I did not want to take anyone out.
We probably should, though, because some of the departure angles off of these roads.
Oh, that's true. Okay. So you can pull both paddles, and it goes into neutral, because I tried that a minute ago.
Cool.
So if you just pull both, it goes into neutral.
Cool.
You really can't see jack shit. It is fast.
I love this so much. I feel like it's such an event to drive it in comparison to like the BMW with its electric steering and everything. This has hydraulic steering and it's a man's car. I don't know. I think it's really cool.
It's two men's car.
That's fair.
This may be worse.
Yeah.
It actually shifts really smooth if you like get it right.
Yeah. Yeah, I really think it's just going to be a little learning curve, and then it'll be just fluid as hell for us, you know? Like you, especially after getting back from driving it to Orlando, you'll be just banging on that. Okay, that's good. We picked a good one. Whoa.
It's not a smooth transmission. It's really not. In fact, it's actually quite jerky at low speeds.
So I'm about to do my first drive. Patrick's going and grabbing the cameras. We bought an Aston Martin, and it's so amazing. The interior is amazing. I'm about to go on my first drive. Patrick just went on his first drive, and it was very amazing, like how fast it is. Sorry, I just noticed a new imperfection in my BMW's paint. My BMW has seen better days, to be honest. I think we're gonna get a full wrap on it, but that's beside the point. We bought an Aston Martin. I'm so excited. Oh. It's stunning. I don't know, it's just so cool. Like, normally, if a car... Oh my God. That is so cool.
Normally, if a car
If a car has a logo here, you know, it's just a logo there. And even like Lamborghinis and stuff, it's just a logo. But Aston was like, no, we're gonna put the logo on the key and then make it to where that's how the logo gets there. Okay, anyway, it's time for my first drive. Go into reverse.
The seats are tight.
They are. Honestly, I was afraid I wouldn't be able to fit. And I can fit, so.
I think it stalled.
Uh-oh.
No, it didn't. You gotta give it some gas.
Hey, first, you know, Patrick has watched 10 times the amount of videos I have on this car. So for me, it's a little intimidating on the first drive. Okay, I see what you mean. You have to. Wow, you're right though. If you let off, it's just like smooth. Oh my God. It says Aston Martin right there and everything. Okay. I can't. I'm truly speechless. Like truly speechless.
I love these. The little cat flap. It's tiny.
Yeah.
Like, there's my hand.
I'm a little easy with it still because first drive, but wow. This is truly incredible. Like, it just blows my mind because I feel like we've worked so hard for this. It's here. Like, ah!
There's a lot of headroom too. And look, it's got camera storage.
I was a little worried about the headroom and stuff like that and fitting in the car, having not driven it before now at all.
I love this too.
I do too. That word is like the best case scenario there, I think.
Yeah, because we had never seen it, so we didn't know what it was. But it's just a really pretty brushed metallic look. Shift.
All right. Should I be able to come back here?
You should be able to. It doesn't like shifting to first.
No, it doesn't.
But if you leave it in second slow all the way down, it'll shift to first itself.
Oh, okay.
And it does it smoothly.
Oh, okay.
Because I learned that the hard way. Because I shifted it and it went.
Yeah. And
Whoa.
It's kind of done that for me a few times. I've not tested this like first and the second on its own thing yet. So this one?
I would go out this one, I think, if you could. I love this. Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Oh wow. It's actually real metal too. Like it's cold to the touch because it's real metal. That's amazing.
I love the little, like it's tiny. Like the owner's manual does not fit. Also, you can tell it's British because this.
All right, first into second. Let's see how it handles it here. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So definitely just let it. Oh. So definitely just let
Sorry.
it.
So, and the hatch, I don't know if I showed this on video earlier, but it's got a really large hatch. The umbrella's supposed to be up there, but I'll have to buy another one. Aston Martin book. Aston Martin repair kit or first aid kit. I'm not entirely sure. Let's take a look. What is this? Does it have a first aid kit? I don't know. Can you hold the... Okay. Ow, god damn it.
He hit his head.
Oh, it is a tire inflator.
Huh. Well, that'd be cool considering our tires need to be replaced. However, I don't think we'll be using that. I think we would just call AAA. I think we're going to do like an entire tour of the car, everything wrong with the Aston Martin. We got a lot of videos coming on this thing, but but we are super excited, and I think that's kind of the good initial entry. We're going to go ahead. Patrick's going to pull the car in, and I guess it's time to put it to sleep. We actually have to go to St. Augustine today, so. I know. All right. Oh, I love that.
Wow.
So nice. That is so nice. Great. Straight. There we go. It's tiny, actually.
Toast to the Aston Martin, future success, and for all of the things we've overcome, all of the opportunities we've had, and all of the amazing people that we've met.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are the cutest.
To more success, the Aston Martin, and all that stuff. Good champagne. I love
I'm
it.
so thankful for this car.
I am too. Like, I'm grateful, man. And same thing. But like, it's so grateful. I love it. I'm gonna get my champagne. But like, it's just so stunning. Wow. Patrick,
I want to drive it.
I do too. But we did it.
We did do it.
To many more.